there, Whimsy fans! We wanted to take a moment away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout-out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel, @ChasingTheWhimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I'm your host, Ben. And for our second week, we have Liam back.
What's up?
How you been?
Really good, better now. Got my tortillas and some chicken. And loading this up.
People can hear you ruffling through your package.
And I'm literally loading it up. I mean, it's been great. This couple of 5 minutes.
You're on fall break?
I broke my thumb.
Broke your thumb.
It's broke.
You guys won't see this, but he's flexing.
My broken thumb.
Flexing and with the broken thumb. So
that actually hurts.
So what have you been doing on your fall break?
My first wrestling match back broke my thumb. So wrestling as state champions, and then I can't play video games. I still do though. It's not good for me. Actually, just calling friends.
Yeah. Sleeping in.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But yes and no, because sleep waking. I've been waking up at 9, and it's been weird.
You get up early and then just nap multiple times. So lots of naps.
And these are my friends.
All right. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are hanging out at the local box store.
Yeah. And got matching stuff. It's been good.
You do
everything besides my broken thumb.
Have you gone out of town or anything? Normally you're always somewhere. You're going to either Disneyland or New Jersey. So no trips?
I mean, just going to Chicago next week.
What? Holla! We are going to Chicago next week.
We hinted at it last week, but
I'm pretty sure that I've hinted at it hard on the live streams. I'll talk about all kinds of stuff in the live stream. So why are you going to Chicago? He's chewing
I'm so sorry.
So he's eating.
No, that's the last one.
All right.
For now.
Yeah. So
sign up for the Patreon.
Sign up for the Patreon. Okay, so while he's chewing, yes, thank you guys for signing up for the Patreon. I'll probably put the Patreon commercial up front of this. So sign up for the minimum, the free tier. You'll see some pictures of some of the merch that we have on there. But if you guys are able to, by all means, $1 a week. It's $1 a week. Will be the $4 tier, and then there's a gift tier for $10 a month.
And then that means we can eat. We don't have to have a $70 budget at the store. We can, because that's how much we're making off Patreon.
Well, the Patreon right now, I think what I'm going to all right, so with the Patreon, I think the idea behind the Patreon, because the Patreon right now is not to a point where we can retire. But what is nice about the Patreon is it's going to put us in a kind of a fun position to do like the lo-fi video I told you about.
Uh-huh.
It'll help pay for that. Helps
Like
pay for some of the merch.
With that, or like, just maybe like a hint. Like, are there going to be like gnomes running around? Is it going to be the same image over and over again? Like, or is there going to be different stuff going on throughout those hours?
Which hour? Oh, the on the lo-fi video?
Yeah. Like, is there going to be a story to it or no?
I don't know. So I think the first one I want to do is the sleep stream. Like, this one's just for me, but it's going to be a gnome sleeping on a couch, and it's going to be the sleep stream of me snoring. Just repeat a loop for like 3 hours.
And then you hear snoring occasionally?
Well, I think it's like almost like 30 minutes of just straight snoring. So there will definitely be that version of it. But Jay Sarge last week mentioned that he does lo-fi music. So we can get a Jay Sarge mascot similar to the Ming Chan cheese. Then I take that image and we turn that one into a lo-fi video.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start live streaming, it will help us.
We've been saying that for 78 episodes now.
Yeah. There is some stuff that I want to do with Nikki though, and I haven't had a chance to talk.
Shout out to Nikki.
Woo woo. But okay, so I've mentioned it, and I don't know if you fully understood. So we have the two. I have the two main podcasts, and then I have the two live streams. So there's 4 shows right now under Whimsy. So what I want to do is I want to develop it into like a Whimsy Studios, like a podcast network. Invite some other people to come in, podcast. But with like Nikki, what if we got her a little camera set up, right? And while she's painting rocks, like people can just watch her just paint rocks. Because I mean, it's the internet. People watch people. I watched today. There's an artist, Fred Gallagher, who does a webcomic.
He said he was like shooting for 6 hours strong.
He was sketching for like 6 straight hours.
There's a guy that's been kind of has blown up already. I kind of saw like a thing on my algorithm. Shout out to Jay Sarge and Jeff.
Woo woo, Jay Sarge, Jeff suggested articles, a podcast
on my feed. It was a guy literally sitting there.
We should just like the whole episode. We should just keep shouting people out and then just. Keep going.
The guy literally just sat and stared at the camera for 8 hours, and got 8 million views. And
the guy who does it every day, right?
Yes. And then there was this other guy who's like, "Oh, I want to do it, right? People pay to make you stop smiling." He made like $1,000 doing that.
So yeah, I mean, the Patreon is just so that we can continue to have fun.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out to fun.
Yeah, whoop, whoop, fun. But we do we had the art book. We got the new tokens. A lot of that stuff is helpful because of the Patreon. And then it also gives you guys an opportunity to snag some of this fucking sweet ass exclusive merch.
Because I don't know if we've hinted at it. I think we have, but maybe changing the logo. This might be the last chance to get this original cartoony Whimsy.
The smaller version looks a little bit more to what you were looking for ish, but the bigger one, you can see how straight the lines are. I don't know. I don't think we're changing the logo anytime soon. Sarah's got life happening, so whenever she comes back. But
shout out to Sarah.
Woo, Sarah, we miss you. Wonder how annoying that gets by hour 1.5 of this. But yes, thank you guys for signing up for the Patreon. Obviously, we understand if you can't do any of the paid tiers, but definitely sign up for the free tiers. We're building a small community there. People are commenting on all the pictures, and we chat. It normally dies off after a day and a half, but it is kind of fun to interact and talk to a little bit of everybody. So,
what do we do today?
No, we're just jumping into today.
Yeah.
Now that you're done eating. What did we do today?
I know what I did.
My car did not die. So the saga of the mysterious battery issue is still going, but we got to and fro with no problems.
Man, like I don't even know what happened today because like,
what did you do today?
I get it. Like I nap a lot here.
Yeah.
But like, you can even ask my dad. Like, I came in the car, energy, like I was pumped.
Dude, you were pumped.
And then like, took a nap at Kelly's.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes. Like that was unexpected. And I literally told you, I said, that's weird. I was really pumped this morning. Like, I don't know why. I fell asleep, right?
Did you fall asleep in the car on the way home?
No.
Okay.
Then,
because we were still talking.
Chronicon.
Yeah, you were engaging. You were there with me. We went to the store. We stayed under budget.
Mm-hmm.
We get home. You eat. You have like a donut, and then you fall asleep. When you fall asleep and you wake up and you're like, I'm sorry, I fell asleep, and then you fall right back to sleep, are you aware of all those times that you wake up and talk to me? Because you've talked to me like 4 different times. I wish I was going to take a picture of it, but I didn't. Okay, so
I woke up and started eating again.
Well, you got up and you grabbed another donut, you put it down, and then you went back and fell asleep.
I couldn't put my head down like this, right?
Like you get that from me, but I at least eat my food. Now
that was really weird. I just set it down back.
Like you don't even sit down in your chair. You just set it down and go sit back on the couch, and then you fell asleep. Okay, so you fall asleep one time, right? I feed Sophie. Sophie and I are playing, and then I built her a fort in the entire living room. Like I took up the entire you were almost in the fort. What was the first thing you like?
I don't remember that.
You remember waking up?
I remember it now. I like woke up and I was like, "What in the world?" I thought that was a dream. What's going on?
Dude, I had clamps. I had chairs. We had big blankets. Like it was a castle of a fort. You wake up and you're like, "What is going on?" And then you just roll the. Oh, but there's one picture I wish I had because you rolled over, and your head was like half off the. Okay, your legs go off of the couch. Your head was half off of the couch, and you were there for like an hour. Oh, it's so funny.
I also think I remember like waking up, moving the cushion, and laying back down, and falling asleep again.
Oh my gosh, it was. Like you're on fall break, so I assume that your sleep schedule sucks. It's a little warm out. You know, we're trying to, take it a nice easy day because we got a big week coming up.
We guys both thought it was during school week.
Well, to be fair, you're not good with dates. So when we scheduled this 3 months ago, we would just assumed
missed that Friday.
Right, you would miss the one Friday. But we find out today, and I think this is so fun. This is how energetic you are. You come in the house, or you get in the car, and we talk it out. And I was like, Monday's your second week of fall. And you're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so Thursday is still part of that second week. And then you thought about it too, and you're like, yeah. And then you ran back inside to go not yell at your mom, but you go like to throw it in her face and be like, you're wrong. Oh man, maybe that's why you got tired, because you give her it was an extra run into the house. Like it's so exhausting being right all the time.
And then after the naps, like I remember you're like, Sophie, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab toys. I stacked some crates on each other and a chair and climbed on the roof. So
yeah, what was interesting is, sunset is like 5. It's like just after 6 now. So
I love it.
It was warm today, but because the sun is going down so early, like it's cooling off earlier. So we were playing outside at like probably what 6:30?
6:39, yeah.
Okay, so 6:30 we went out there, and then we ran around for a minute, and then you were like, I got to get on the roof. How did you get on the roof again? Because we gave the ladder back.
I stacked crates on each other and put a chair right next to it. And it took me about maybe 10 minutes to get the confidence to just jump up there. Not 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But
it was a couple of minutes. A lot of like, I could do it. Like, and then like, you know, and there was a lot of, do you think I could do it? I'm like, I think you could do it, but I'm like, don't
kick my screen.
Yeah, don't kick the screen in on the Arizona room, and then just be careful because you don't have your thumb for extra support to get up there. But you made it up there. You were up there for like an hour.
Really? I think I napped up there then too.
Did you nap?
Maybe. I remember laying down. Yeah.
What do you do when you're up there?
I take pictures of the sunsets.
Okay.
I take and then I scroll on YouTube, listen to music.
Would the roof be the equivalent of like if you had a treehouse, just like a U place, like an all U place?
Yeah, probably.
So you sleep all day, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need some more me time
On the roof.
Which is interesting though, because I used to do the same thing. Like Nikki and Rand would, you know, we used to jump up there. You know, me and my friends would always go out there and jump out. Yeah, jump on mattresses.
That's a callback. That's a callback to an early episode.
Woo woo, callback.
Rhiannon.
Yeah.
That was her episode.
That was her episode 5.
Oh my, that's a callback.
That's
73 episodes.
Yeah. It is crazy to say that you've done 73 episodes ago.
Just go back to that episode and like listen to my voice too. Just go do it.
Dude, it is the funniest thing because you sound like you're legit 12. And then by like episode 26, you're a 32-year-old man.
You hear me go up and up and up.
Like you've been smoking and you're just a man.
I don't smoke.
And I still sound like
loud.
Yeah.
And then after that, Kelly came, kicked Sophie in the face with the ball.
Sophie and I played out there until like 8 o'clock when they got here.
And she instantly was like, Auntie, Mom, play.
Yeah. And she ran around until like 8:30.
So she got hit in the face with the ball.
You kicked her right in the face with the ball.
That's my bad. And you know, and that's funny. Like the mind of a kid. Like, you saw her look around, right? See Mom look at her. Are you okay?
Because she half laughed at you, but when Mom sees it, then it's like now it's a cry.
Yeah.
And because you used to do that, very, very, very.
I don't think I did it with you. I think I was more Mom sees. I cry with Mom, not with Dad.
Well, maybe because like anytime I saw you fall, I looked away. So because it's the eye contact thing, like you said, it's. You look around, and then the second you acknowledge somebody, then you're like, now it hurts. But yeah, you got her good though.
No, it wasn't that hard. Not harder than the pickleball shot.
Dude, that pickleball shot,
I would have cried too.
That pickleball was like monstrous.
But like I spiked it like as hard as I could, right?
Now I did come up with this an idea. I don't know if you heard it. If I can find me a comic book artist. Okay, so you have a superpower right now. Okay, so that no matter what you're doing, if you're playing and you can hit or kick something somewhere, you're always going to kick it towards your sister. So we have like so your superpower. We're gonna turn you into a comic book, right?
You're making me sound mean.
No. But your superpower is someone goes missing.
Hold it, just please.
Someone goes missing, and what you have to do is you have to go look at like pictures of them, and you're like, all right, I can find them. And then all you have to do is go outside and kick a ball, and you just keep kicking the ball down the street, and wherever it goes,
like a dog always knows its way home.
Yeah. So like your superpower is like I'm just gonna kick stuff.
Because I would help a detective so much.
You would.
I would be a hero. Like I'm looking at pictures of the murderer, kick it, and like,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, so now you're saying your superpower goes to like whatever you're thinking of, the ball goes in whatever direction you're thinking of.
Like it's just really like a crazy thing. Because like I feel like both of us have different mindsets and we're thinking of different things. You're like the fun perspective, and then
and
like
you're just like death and murder.
Like the murderer, and I must help.
It would be one of those. Do you ever read Maniac McGee? No. It's like I try to go more like, oh, this is a cool like 6th, 7th grade book, right? Just like summer shenanigans of like
one cool moment, you know?
Right? And then you're like unsolving crimes and murderers. I'm like, all right, I guess you could do that too.
Missing people. Yeah, I would really help people out.
Like better than a psychic. I just like the idea that panel after panel of panel is just you kicking.
What happens if there's like a twin, and there's a picture of both of them, right?
Whoa.
What do you do then?
I don't know. That's the story arc after issue 3. So if anybody's listening who wants to help us make a comic book, well, let me know. The Patreon too can help do some of that too. Help me because I do need more artwork. Because
you can do another art book.
I think we're going to do one every year.
That's cool.
Early on, remember when we were taking pictures? I'm like, we should take pictures because I want to be able to like a yearbook.
I was telling that to my friend, honestly, like the other night. We were just like talking, and then I was like, I'm just grateful that I have like a friend group that takes pictures, because I remember with my last group, we wouldn't take pictures, and like now I have loads of pictures on my phone. Like I have a home screen with just pictures of me and my friends.
Yeah.
And like, you know, sometimes you're like, do you want to savor that moment? That's what happened at like homecoming, you know. I have like one picture of actually inside the dance, because everything else I was kind of just crazy, jumping, having a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, and it sucks because
we used to take pictures every episode.
Well, we only did it for like 10 episodes.
With guests.
But now we're recording. So technically I can just screenshot this.
Uh-huh.
But some of it too is like Brandy took a bunch of pictures. So that got me through my senior year. But then so that puts me up to 2001, 2002. There are like almost no pictures of me 02 to like 09. Like there's like a huge, like when my hair was growing out, there's no pictures of my hair growing out.
Is that like weird to think about? Like that, like if you're older, do you kind of forget some years that happened? And you're like, was this year that year?
Yeah.
Because like that's starting to happen with me with like, I'm like, when did I go to Legoland? I'm like, oh, when I was like 9, because it felt so recent. Mm-hmm. No, Liam, you went when you were like 6. And I'm like, whoa.
It's weird the way memory does that. I had to talk to Brandy for like 2 weeks to try to iron out the timeline, because I still don't know what freaks me out. I don't know where I was staying the month before I bought this house.
I remember you talking about that, and then like
because I stayed at Mom's house for a minute because I was working at the bowling alley. I'd go to Mom's,
and there's a subject that we also don't know about that was kind of a big conspiracy for us for a little bit that happened with your family,
right? And then I finally got that narrowed down to the correct year because we were off by a year, but
you still don't know why,
right? So it is interesting the way that your memory works, because you associate, like you try to think back, and then what
like my dreams, like not the dreams, like when I was waking up and stuff. I'm like, you don't remember that, but then like when something funny happens, you remember that part. Like, but why don't you remember the random miscellaneous part when you're like, my TV was on, I go turn my TV off, like go use the bathroom. I don't remember that.
Yeah, memory is really weird. I think even Jay Sarge said that last week, right? Like memories are like the most, like the least reliable form of like evidence of any kind.
Because like if you ever say like, I think, like that's never like well, like are you for real about that? Like do you actually know? But,
and then there's a bias, like there's your interpretation of it bias of like, and then what versus what I remember. Yeah, it's weird. But it is good that you have pictures. I try not.
Do we two picture?
It's like the podcasting thing, right? Where I had a conversation with JJ like 2.5 weeks ago. The best conversation I've had with him in a while. Like we just had a blast just playing a what if game. and none of it was recorded. And part of me was like, that is something that me and JJ will remember. And then like somewhere down the line, it'll skew, like memories will skew a little bit. But I wish I got it recorded because I'm like, the podcast part of me I think he would like that 10 years from now type thing. But same thing with pictures is like, because part of me, like when you watch those TikTok videos, right? So the guy's playing a piano and then someone comes over and sings, right? And everybody's all shocked, right? Because it's a little girl singing. What bothers me is they're hanging out in the middle of a mall and there's 50, 100 people surrounding them. Is that all you see is every single person with their phone out. And it's weird to just not appreciate the moment. And that's kind of
like
where,
at my homecoming dance. Like,
yeah.
For example, like I remember me and like my friend, I like to say she's like my best friend. She's like a senior. She's going to like graduate this year. And us just like dancing and singing and stuff. I'm like, that's what you don't want recorded because like I'm going to remember that for forever now. Like I still remember it because like when you say I wish I recorded, that means it was good enough of a memory that you're going to remember it.
Right. And then like if you're in the mall and you hear that person sing, you're somewhere. Does the sound quality any good in that? Like if I'm standing behind a group of people off to the side and I'm recording it, am I actually getting anything of value in that recording? But I do. But as you get older, like I'm 41 now, I can't remember half of this. Like I remember certain like moments of them, but I think there's something cool about flipping through a photo album. Does your phone have that thing where it gives you a memory from like 3 years ago? Like every once in a while, it'll just pop up and be like, this time 3 years ago.
And then another thing that's cool is that, Mexico and Colorado 2023. And another thing that's cool too is that when you look at pictures and like you see what's happening, that's when you start connecting your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, I remember that. Like, for example, like I look at a picture of me on the mat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my keys there to my dorm, and then it connects the dots. And I remember I had to run up a long hill and back down to get my key back, and like that's when you're like, oh yeah, and then this, and then this, and then this, and you start connecting the pieces, and that's what's good about certain pictures. But then, like you said, savoring the moment is also the best. Like, is sometimes just the best part.
Remember when I freaked out and I screamed at everybody at the parking lot of Walmart because we were taking pictures of a double rainbow?
Why?
Because one person saw a double rainbow, took his phone out and took a picture of it. And then 3 other people saw him taking a picture of it, so they all took their phones out and took the same picture. And then I just lost my mind. There was a double rainbow rant that I had a couple of years ago.
Well, you're just like, guys.
So here's 2 things. Why do you take pictures? If you were to take a picture, do you keep it so you can show other people, or so that way you have it so that you can go back to it eventually?
Well, one, I post it usually on my Instagram, but then I like favorite it, and I'm like, sometimes I just go back like for say during summer, and I'm like, that was a good moment.
Okay.
Like, and I missed that moment.
Okay. So there is a certain level of I want to share it with others.
Like I was at my friend's house, right, and then me and my other friend, she was just like, let's look through our Colorado pictures, and we're like, oh yeah, that was really fun and like really funny, and like I remember that moment. That's my favorite picture, and then like that's another reason we do it.
So the second thing is it's a long running joke in like 70s and 80s television, and just pulp culture, and then just in society, that people used to go on trips. And there was the joke was, I'm going to invite you over because I have a slideshow, right? So they would take all the pictures and put them on these little cardboard slides, and they would have a projector. And then you would watch, like you would dread it. You'd be like, oh my God, we have to go to, Dave and Kelly's to watch their trip to Europe. And you would sit there and you'd be like, I don't want to do this. And they would go through all the different pictures and they would tell you everything that they did. And the irony is, we hated that 30 years ago, but now it's like that's all we want to do is just share all of our stupid pictures with everybody. It's weird how it changed. I don't know.
Like you're embarrassed of the present, but you're gonna be glad of the past.
I don't know. Like I like my pictures because I like not looking at them for years and going back and looking at them again.
Randomly finding them and being like, "Oh, I remember."
I do that because I have the two laptops and I opened them up and I realized I had pictures on them. We had those pictures when we had I think it was a Thanksgiving when Mom had professional pictures taken.
Yes.
You were super tiny. You had your
bowl cut and all.
Yeah. Your little white and black sweater. Everybody had to dress up. Like those are kind of cool. I have ones where you were playing outside. I don't have any pictures of the pool. Like I don't have any. I do not remember Mom having a pool, but she had a pool.
Like for example, that's just connecting my dots. Do you remember when I used to go out to their little farm and pick carrots?
Yeah.
And eat them, and like getting the biggest carrot was like the best thing. Like trying radish and being like
he had a whole garden out there. Like he had a bunch of stuff, and you would just go out there and just pick them, and then you'd bring them home, and then I'm like
staying there till like 8 with my race card and playing in the little house, and like I don't remember that right now, but like it's cool how smart our mind is, and like it doesn't matter what the person is, like I was able to connect those dots and not being able to remember something 5 minutes ago, but now being able to think through it and being like, yes, I remember it.
I have note cards because I want to start because there's a handful of stories that I want to make sure I remember.
There's this one that I love that you will not tell until I tell you you can.
Right. So, but there's the Baldwin fiasco. There's the rolls in the pocket. But there's a handful of them that I want to make sure that I write, and then I can write little notes on them so that way when I do tell them, I don't lose certain tracks.
One of my favorite ones is like, I'll go ahead and like tell like the key details, like Pokemon event, almost level 40.
Yeah.
We go out, I catch 3 shinies. Random homeless man walks right in front of us, doing his laundry. Like that random thought. Like,
right.
And that's another thing about the mind is like, Scott, this is what the episode is going to kind of be about, is like, we put together, I remember us being like, what do you think he was doing? Like, I remember you just laughing and yelling and like, what was that guy doing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then like, that's where like kicking the ball perspective would have came in. Like, if I could have kicked that ball and like followed him, and being able to see what he was doing, like, you never know. Like, what if he's a millionaire now? That's just like the crazy thing about it, is that like
he was a millionaire, had the best night of his life, woke up in a dumpster because he had the best night ever, and the only thing he could find was like some raggedy clothes that in the bag was actually his suit and all of his stuff, and he's just
or like bag $1 million,
right?
He just killed someone. Sorry.
I don't, because like JJ's at the point now where he's like
starting to actually think,
like, because you're like, this is like 3 episodes in a row that you're like somebody's died, but he's now like more aggressive, like with his storytelling. He's like more people are fighting. He's like more physical.
Remember that one weekend and you're like, is my son serial killer?
Yeah.
I'm just asking him, like, you're gonna murder someone, where would you hide the body?
I'm trying to, I do still want to do that serial killer quiz because it's a joke because there's one question. It's like 10 questions, and then
if you answer 5 out of the 10, you get a murderer.
Well, the last one really is kind of like the punchline that says he's definitely a serial killer, because I do something that most people don't do consistently.
Yeah.
Like almost as a preference.
The 3 main questions: do you pee the bed? Do you like?
Oh, you know what that's called?
Huh?
The McDonald triad.
Oh, I knew that. Do you hurt animals? I've done that once with Derek. Got blowtorch and just tortured an ant farm.
And I think they're looking more like
mouse, rat, cat, dog.
Yeah, the cute and fuzzies, not the insects. Because I did the same thing with magnifying glasses.
What's the other one?
Wet the bed.
No.
Torturing animals and fire.
No. I'm not really big on fire.
Dude, I fucking love fire.
Like,
it's the scariest thing in the world, man, but I fucking love it.
Every once in a while, like, I like to light a match and like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but you look like a...
Yeah, I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just weird because, like, your mind does that all to you. Like, I feel like you don't wake up one day.
Don't let me forget, after the show, I'm going to show you that. Okay. Got it.
I remember we were, that random day, you're like, do not let me forget this.
Yes.
But, anyways, that can be like we'll record that or whatever, something.
Maybe. Well, it looks cool the first time, but then, like,
But then, what was I talking about? Your mind.
Yes.
Like, you don't wake up one day like that. You're like that your entire life.
Yeah.
Or a certain event changes your mind to that.
Yeah.
But it's never like, yeah, I guess it's true. Like, one day you're born, you're a murderer, right? Like, that's like.
Oh, well, that's the nature versus nurture idea.
Yeah.
Are you born a serial killer, or are you a serial killer because of the way you are raised?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, perfect life, perfect everything.
Would Hitler have still been Hitler if he had a good life?
But if you think about it, like, you didn't have that bad at all.
Who?
Hitler. But no, World War I happened. Germany was down in the dumps. They got blamed for it all.
He didn't get into art school.
What if what happens if Germany doesn't lose World War I? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, then that's probably my segue into it.
You wanted to make sure. Wait, we got 3 minutes. You wanted midnight. Turn off the lights.
Yep. But I'm just gonna kind of give you like a. Do you know what lucid dreaming is?
Lucid dreaming?
Yes.
No.
Okay, let me get like the actual definition for you.
I might know. Yeah, because I know I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you a definition of it. Lucid. What does lucid mean?
So what I say is, like, the main thing, you can control your own dreams.
Okay, so it's a dream that you're fully aware of. In dream.
Yes, and it says my lucid dreams are trying to tell you creativity and imagination. The other thing I want to ask is, when you do dream, do you remember them?
I don't remember a lot of dreams. So much so that I tried every once in a while. I try to do like a dream journal. But when I get up, I don't remember enough stuff, because it's like I'll wake up and I know there's certain beats of the dream that I want to make sure I remember. But the second I'm like, oh, I went to the donut place, and then I forget everything that happened before that, and I try to go back, and then I lose the donut place. You dream. Like I can't grasp more than one thought of the dream.
I deep dive. Like, you dream every night.
Right.
You don't just go to sleep and you don't remember, you don't think of anything.
Okay.
You dream every night.
Okay.
For 2.5 months, I had a continuous dream.
Like episodic?
That just kept going.
So you fell asleep, and when you went back to sleep, you picked up where you left off?
Yep.
Okay. That's fucking creepy.
For 2.5 months. And it ended when I found out I broke my thumb that night.
Okay. So it wasn't you dreamt it and then you broke your thumb. It was already bandaged.
It was bandaged, and I was like,
okay,
it might be sprained.
Okay.
Found out I was broken. Dream's gone.
Whoa.
See? Like, I got goosebumps.
Dude, you fucking have goosebumps. That's crazy.
Goosebumps. Like,
so
I'm not even kidding. So that's
your mind finds out that it is broken, and that whatever dream of the unknown was happening. Now that you know, it just is gone. What were you dreaming about?
So like the first, do you see that?
Dude, yeah, you're weirded out right now.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't turn the lights off yet.
The other thing too is that like ever since that dream, I've started to believe in a higher power. Like I'm not religious now, but I'm there's something out there.
X is out there.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, like I'm freaked out like right now because there's okay, that's fine.
Yeah. We got all the lights on now. Okay.
There's good dreams, there's bad dreams.
All in the same 2 months.
The most memorable ones is my first.
Okay.
The rising action, the scariest thing of my life.
In a dream.
And then the ending.
Okay.
So the first thing is, I don't remember what day it was. All I know, I'm walking through a grass field, right? And then through that grass field, there's like a mirror, a big mirror, and it shows myself.
Okay.
Right? And then there's a little doorknob. And then
on the mirror?
Yes.
Okay.
I open it. It's me. I'm missing my thumb.
Okay.
I have no hair. Like I'm not bald, but I'm like buzz cutted.
Okay.
And
like when you got your haircut with me.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I have a beard.
Okay.
But you knew it was me. Like I knew it was me.
Okay.
Usually in dreams, I don't know if about you, you're from the third person.
Looking in at it.
Okay. I was first person. I was talking to him. I was talking.
Like you're talking to me right now.
I was talking to him.
Okay. So the other version of you that you know is watching?
I'd like, this is like, it's okay. Like, this is my first time talking about it. And I remember like I started walking back to where it was. Trapdoor, fall down, wake up. I wake up.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm like, I go to school that day. And I'm like,
weird.
What happened again? I wake up. I'm in like this hallway. And like, there's a bunch of turns and twists and stuff. Like, have you ever seen, like, the Backrooms are, right?
Yeah.
It was that, basically.
Okay.
But much brighter, much happier.
Okay.
So, I don't remember this one really well, but I remember walking, seeing like a shop thing, like getting something to eat, waking up, right? Mm-hmm. Everything towards that was like, was right? Until I get to this one where he's like, do you know about this legend? I've never found out the legend's name, and I never will. Like, and he's like, so when you're walking through these hallways, there's a shadow-like figure that follows you.
Okay.
And every time you turn a corner, he's peeking.
Dude, that's straight Backrooms, dude.
Yes. Okay,
so real quick. So those of you who aren't familiar with the Backrooms, it was a picture taken back in 2009, hit the message boards in 2014. And it's a big yellow room, and people were trying to figure out where this picture was taken from. But then they turned it into a creepypasta, and they're like unclipped, but it's more or less like a purgatory that you will end up there, and it's this endless space. Like, it's not death and it's not live, but you're in this, just like you said, hallways, and just they go anywhere and everywhere. And the creepypastas I think started to incorporate like shadows and fucking monsters. All right. So there's a legend and a shadow following you.
I turn a corner, I see it.
Okay.
I run back.
Is it just straight shadow?
Straight shadow.
Okay. So does it look like anything? Okay.
No face. Then I wake up. I start putting the pieces together in real life about a drama that was going on.
Okay.
And start looking between the lines. Reading, like looking behind you when you're walking through that next hallway, looking before you, and finally focusing on like everything that matters and not just the main idea.
Okay.
And I start reading into things more. I solved that drama myself. like that one day.
So your real life drama or the real life problems of trying to figure out the halls.
Yes.
You were like, I need to solve these problems in the halls.
Yes.
In real life.
Now let me also talk about this. I would intentionally try to go back to sleep.
Maybe that's why you're sleeping so much.
That it was always after school. I would get home after practice and be like, I need to sleep. I need to go.
I need to get back to fucking my back rooms.
Yes. So the scariest thing, not even in just the dream of my life, I turn the corner and then I'm with myself. I turn around. The shadow's right there. I look straight again. The shadow's there. I start running. Like I full book it.
Like past the shadow.
Past the shadow. Like I run through the shadow.
Okay.
I book it. And like you always look back.
Right.
I look back. He's right there. And that was, I remember I feel like I ran for 3 hours. And I remember just running and running and running and running.
So how long are each of these dreams? Do you think, like, if you're lost in the back rooms, are you sleep for 6 hours? Like, are you lost for 6 hours, or are they like condensed?
It really depends. Like that one, like I said, it felt like I was running for 3 hours.
Okay.
It felt like I was it was actually 10 minutes.
Okay.
These dreams don't go past 20 minutes.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to keep going back.
Okay.
It's because I wanted to be like 10 minutes at a time.
Every night you're getting 10 minutes.
That's not enough.
No, not at all.
So and then I wake up. I was so sweaty. Like I just got done running. And that's the night, like, because I woke up at like 3. That's the night when I'm like, what was going on when I was sleeping? What did it look like when I was sleeping? Was I talking during my sleep? Do I sleep talk?
You do sleep talk, by the way.
Okay. I slept walk once in my entire life. And like, the weirdest thing ever. Because you go to sleep somewhere else, right? And then you
wake up
somewhere else. Yes. So this all started from a thing I did with my friends.
We killed a hobo. No.
We made each other pass out.
Oh, that's fucking okay.
And ever since like that night.
Oh, that's a dumb idea, FYI.
Yeah, I know. So I'll show you the video. It's with me and my friends. You do this exercise. I'm out there.
Oh, that's like the dumbest thing in the world. I mean, it's officially I cannot condone this, but okay.
And then like you gain that consciousness back, and after that happened, is when it started. So I don't, like I said, it's all in your mind, because like what was going on in my mind at that point, it's like honestly so weird. Like I still have goosebumps. This is like it's.
So you found out your thumb was better on Tuesday, or was broken on Tuesday. So you haven't dreamt it since
Monday. Yeah.
So you've not been back to the back rooms
Nope.
yet. Do you want to go back to the back rooms?
Absolutely not. Because, like I said, I was missing my thumb. I literally saw the future.
Were you missing your thumb before you broke it? Like, did the dreams happen I know you're goosebumpy, all crazy. Did you lose the dream happen first, or did the thumb happen first?
The dream.
Now, memory-wise, do we want to just, like, you're not doing it on purpose, but your memory trying to remember this dream, do you think since your thumb happened and you're trying to add meaning to this story of the Backrooms, is there a chance that you could have like accidentally added the missing thumb, or for a fact the first dream you had no thumb?
I remember exactly. My first dream was no thumb.
Same hand.
Same hand. That's why I'm like, we need to talk about this, because it was the most weird thing ever. Like I saw in the future.
Have you ever dreamt the future before?
All the time. and it's never something important.
Okay. Were these dreams before or after you told me something bad was going to happen?
During.
Because you were, oh, what did you say? You said something bad was going to happen. Like, what? Like, the message was something bad was going to happen, but I don't remember the exact phrasing you used. Because Nikki and Mom do that. Like, they'll have dreams and then they'll call each other and be like, be careful on your way home, like on your way to work, whatever. Like, they're like, I don't think they ever get into like huge specifics, but they're like, you be careful, extra careful, like be extra vigilant today. That's crazy. So you never want to go back to the back room.
I like, it was kind of like, look at my skin.
Dude, you are,
it's like,
you're straight creepypasta, like freaked out now.
Because how it ended, like the shadow-like figure, like made everything dark. It was really scary. And then my group of friends like crowd me, but it's not my friends, it's the other guy's friends. And they surround me, right? And murmuring under their voices something.
No, were they the Shadow's friends? Did they look like your friends, but you knew that they weren't yours?
No, like the friend I met at the beginning of the dream.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, the bearded you.
Yes.
The bald beard you.
Yes, his friends. But,
Okay, now I got goosebumps now.
But
okay.
were my friends.
Okay.
And like they were murmuring under their voices. I could not hear what they heard. And that's like, I wish I could. Because I want to know what they're saying. And this is when I found out there was a higher power. I saw a light shine down.
Okay.
And then I woke up. First thing I saw on my phone was a Bible verse. Not a verse, but like it was a saying. It was like, good always defeats evil.
Okay.
And
like what? Like you just have it.
I scrolled on my phone, opened YouTube, and that's what it said.
Okay. So you just woke up and you're like, I need some kind of context, and the first thing you look at is like YouTube, because YouTube has that thing now where they have they have these like weird ads on the top now.
Yes.
So you had like some weird religious-y, Bible-ish thing.
Yes.
Okay. That's good always triumphs over evil.
Yes.
Okay.
But like,
so so could that have been like you made it through the back rooms and like,
I hope so.
Or was it just being like, you're gonna go back to the back rooms, but don't give up because it's gonna end up good somewhere if you keep. Oh.
I remember texting Kelly and.
What the fuck? You didn't text me?
I wanted to talk about you with on here with you. I wanted both of our genuine. She said, "You know, it's funny. I was just looking up your dream thing earlier, and I guess they call it progressive dreams, and it's more common in people who can lucid dream."
Well, this is your first lucid dream.
I lucid dream all the time.
Okay, but this is the first one that like
felt the realist.
In episodic.
Yes.
A return.
Yeah.
Nightly. For 2.5 months. Like every single night, 2.5 months, or like frequently?
Frequently.
Okay.
Every other day.
Okay.
Sometimes it was 2 days in a row. Sometimes it was twice.
So not 60 dreams, it was probably like 20 or 30.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 20 or 30 20-minute dreams. That's crazy to me. Like a bunch of hours. And like, I remember like maybe 10 of them, maybe less.
But they were always just running through the back rooms.
Mm-hmm. Finding random shops, like, and it's weird. The only person I didn't see was you. Like,
well, that's creepy as hell now.
Yeah, like I saw everybody as them, like as their my friends, other friends, like, and what they look like.
The bearded version of your friends.
Yes.
Okay.
And family.
Yeah.
Shorter hair mom, short, like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But it was weird. The only person I didn't see was you. And I feel like that's the most weird part. I even saw your dad. I'm not even kidding.
You don't even know what that guy looks like anymore.
Exactly. And it was weird because he was bald and he had a long, lengthy beard.
you've seen the guy maybe 5 times in your entire life. And for years, you thought it was. He took you shopping for your birthday one year, and you slowly twisted it to like not grandpa, but like a friend or whoever.
But it was vivid too because I remember walking up, and it was in my mind. So I'm like, I know it's him.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah, it's just one of those things where you're in a dream. You're like, there's certain every once in a while, like there's something is there, even though it's
and
distorted.
you know how like in Life is Strange when they do like the glare effect.
Oh yeah,
that was like his face, but like you can. That's why I like you could see the bald head, you can see the beard,
but you're like, I know that's
it's him.
That is Grandpa Guy.
Yes. And then I remember when I got chased. That was on Saturday, a Saturday night. I came to your house. Something bad's gonna happen.
Car breakdown.
My thumb.
Your thumb.
So the ending of it is I found out I broke my thumb. That night, I wake up back on the field. And then I remember just sitting there looking up at like the sun, and I see, like the sun goes down, the moon comes up. The sun comes back up. For some reason, I stand up. I look back, and the glass shatters. And then I walk straight forward, and then that's the end of it.
So you walk through the mirror door, and you're lost in the back rooms for 2 months. You get out when you find out your thumb is broken. And now the door that you came out of the back rooms is gone now. So so in theory, you entered and exited the back room.
Yeah.
All right.
And like, that's when I started like thinking about like your mind is really the most powerful thing in the world, because like that's next level imagination.
Right.
And then the other thing that I find weird is that how does our family able to tell what dreams happen and know and just have a feeling?
Right.
Because like it's uncommon with other people, I feel like.
I don't remember a lot of dreams, but I point them out every time. There are moments that I'll be doing something and it's not quite deja vu.
And it flashes and you see, and you're like,
I know. I'm like, no. There are times where I'm like, I lied. I don't remember the dream as is.
I saw this.
But the moment I'm in that moment, I'm like, I dreamt this.
I saw this.
Right.
That.
Because deja vu.
Look at me again. Like this is.
Yeah, because deja vu is like I'm experiencing something that I think I've already experienced. I go one where I'm like, I know I've dreamt this. I don't remember the dream. I don't know when or where, but I know because I remember I wake up and I remember dreams, but I can't hold on to it long enough to write it down. But when they happen, I'm like, I absolutely have been here once before in a dream. And then I was trying to think, what happens next?
That's why I'm so glad I had the progressive dream, but I'm not, because that's scary.
Dude. Like, oh, that's some crazy stuff, because you got lost media with the back rooms, you got creepy pauses with all your fucking crazy shit, you got dream shit happening, you got, dude, do you think how often do you think you will think about your back room experience moving forward? Do you think like once a week you might remember it or look back at it, or
it'll be more of a once a year thing, I feel like?
Okay, so as time goes on, it'll start spacing itself out. That's crazy. Did you know they found the back rooms? There's a guy online. I don't remember his name. he did a video where because the backrooms go all the way back to like 2014, and it was just a nothing picture, and they just created a creepypasta about it. They did research, and they found out that the picture was originally taken in 2009, but then they're trying to figure out where the picture actually came from. Yeah, about 6 weeks ago, they found the exact location of the backrooms. They have a GoFundMe. It's a family-run. What were they doing with it? It used to be a furniture store, and they converted it into a slot car racing. So those pictures were from before they did the remodel. But it's a family-run store. They're a little bit behind on like bills or renovating or something, and they have a GoFundMe. But they found it, which is weird.
My hallways were more slim and straight, just a straight hallway.
You want to see something really fucking creepy?
No. Yeah. Is it a face?
No. I'm going to show you what your hallways look like. Fester's Quest.
What if I just freaked the heck out?
Like, you're going to be like, these are my rooms. Fester's Quest. Hospitals. Okay, hold on. There was a game that Grandma and I used to play years ago called Fester's Quest. And it's Addams Family. But you would run into these hospitals, and you would have to try and figure out how to get in and out of these. Let me see if I can find a better one for you. Hold on. There's a bigger one later.
Who's Fester? Is that the guy?
Oh, Go Fester, the bald guy?
Yeah.
The game was an interesting game, but look. Let me see. Because I know for a fact, they sped it up. That's a crazy dream, man. You've never told anybody this?
Nope. I told Kelly and Megan like a little bit of it. That's it.
Just like I had a fucking crazy ass dream.
Yeah.
But you held me out for a second, so that way I can get the full experience. Kelly's probably freaking out now too. She probably has goosebumps. I think everybody right now has goosebumps. Are you still trying to decode parts of it? Like, are there still parts of it that you haven't decoded?
Who the man is?
And why does it look like you? And then why do all your friends look like an altered version of themselves?
Mm-hmm. And then who's the shadow man?
Who is the shadow man? And where's Dad?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And that's like, you can't lie about something like that.
Now, go a little like, okay, so I drove you home a couple of weeks ago. I had to do a car cast by myself. Mm-hmm. And it was, when was it? I'm trying to think. But for 45 minutes, I talked about it, right? I was talking to myself in the car, and it was, my story was life, just like life likes everything balanced. And then because I did something that offset the balance, life is like, well, I'm just going to fuck your day up, right? Like, I spend no money. Everything's normal. I helped somebody out, and I lent some money. And then life is like, well, now that you got rid of that money, boom, I want to hit you with something. Now you wish you had that money. So like, it was always like this weird balance thing. And ever since then, me and my mom have had conversations about like,
Thursday is when your car is going to go bad.
Right. Well, because what was it? Saturday? I got a new phone on Monday, 2 Mondays ago, right? And I talked about how I got a good deal. I got the new internet, and it was a good day. A week to the day, car's broken, internet goes out. Verizon, the whole fucking thing went down. So now, like, and mom's like, that's what happens when you talk about getting a new phone. Fucking Verizon should like life shuts off all of Verizon to the point where I can't get a hold of anybody to get my car and do all that stuff. It was just like, I would be curious. We'll see her in the morning. She might listen to this before we get over there. But yes, they do very much believe in the dreams that they have. And I don't know if Rhiannon has them.
I hope one of them had the exact same dream.
Your Backrooms dream?
I hope so.
Okay. Anybody listening, if you've had, Google the Backrooms, so you can kind of understand a little bit of this. It's not purgatory, but it's the easiest way to kind of explain it. It's this limbo phase. It's not reality, but it's not death, and it's not a dream, but it's like this extra state, like outside of it, like dream adjacent, where you would end up. That would be crazy. And it's interesting because since that creepypasta, people have said that they've experienced the Backrooms before. At least one other person needed to have experienced it to come up with the creepypasta about the Backrooms. Did you know about the Backrooms before the dreams?
Very vivid of it.
Like you've heard of it, but you never deep dive on it. And I don't think I ever told you about the Backrooms. I didn't think you were interested in weird lost media.
I never want to go back either. But I'll decode some stuff. But like I said, if like that'll go to my grave to the day I die. I want to know who that shadow man was.
Have you noticed anything different in your relationships with your friends?
I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot more grateful.
So you're lost in the Backrooms. You're weirded out. Your thumb is broken.
I don't have a thumb with the other guy. The other guy doesn't have a thumb.
But I'm just trying to see, like, is there a correlation between, like, what happened? Like, so because it freaked you out, you appreciate everybody a little bit more. But, like, any new relationships, anything different happening? Like, as you try to decode this?
Mm-mm. No.
Do you find yourself thinking about it a lot, but then try not to think about it because you're just like, I don't like it? But then you're kind of like, because you're thinking that you don't want to think about it, you're stuck thinking about it, and then you kind of fall down this like rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
It wigs you out every time. Goosebump every time?
Not as bad as it just was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, for sure. Dude, that was...
As soon as I start talking about it, like it...
Yeah, guys, that's fucking chasing the Whimsy, guys. That is interesting, though. I would be curious to have other people on. Could we do a dream? Like, have other people come on and do dreams? Would you listen to other people's creepy dreams?
Yeah.
If anybody had, if someone was to email us and be like, I've had a similar Backrooms dream, would you want to hear about it?
Absolutely.
So okay. For content and for just whatever, I'll hear other people's dreams. But anything backroom dream related,
I won't. I refuse to do a podcast like this. This is my one and done. I refuse to talk about it ever again.
Unless somebody else talks about theirs.
Nope. I'm being so frozen. This is the only time I'll bring this up.
Okay, so your backroom story is done, but you were willing to hear others people's.
Yeah.
Because you want to know if they have something they decoded
that connects and relates to my story. Oh my gosh, this is rough.
Who could be the creepiest person right now that could email us and say that they had a similar Backrooms story or dream? Nikki, Grandma?
But it's probably someone I don't know.
You think it'd be somebody you don't know? What if that person ends up becoming like your best friend?
I don't know.
That is kind of weird, though. That is definitely creepy. You seem a little bit like weirded out about it, but you've wanted to talk about it for 2 weeks. Are you? The car happens because if we talked about it last week, you wouldn't have had the end of their story.
Oh, it would have still been going on.
So and see, here's where me and my mom are gonna like lose our shit. Is last week needed to because I don't know if you heard me talking to Megan. There is nothing wrong with my car. 11 people have told me there's nothing wrong with my car. So if there's nothing wrong with my car, then why did it break and why did it not act up today? Like it had to break last week so that way you couldn't talk about the story until...
And I wouldn't have gone home and I wouldn't have gotten the x-ray.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's the shit. Like that's the stuff that me and my mom will like lose. Like we'll just lose it because like you fall down that hole of like.
We did not plan on me going home last week.
No, because you were supposed to be here and you were supposed to Uber home because I didn't have a car, and you told me.
What if I Ubered? I would have died.
The guy who would have picked you up would have been like Beardy McShadows. Yeah, like it's like that's the weirdest thing is, for all intents and purposes, because you told me when you got in the car, you had an idea for dreams.
We had to talk about something.
You said, I have an episode to record, and you never have episodes to record, but you said, I have to record an episode about dreams, and you didn't say anything else. We had a decent day. We recorded with J Sarge. We went and got fucking Dollar Tree food. Boom. Credits. You have to go home because your Backrooms wasn't done yet because you needed to wait until Monday when you got your thumb x-rayed.
Whimsy.